What is up, everybody? We are back at it again with another Why Waste Wednesday. So today we're going to be talking about something that is pretty basic, that we all probably use on a pretty consistent basis, that we all should probably reconsider using. And it is plastic bags. Let me show you what I got. Bags, full of bags, bags, more bags, and more bags. This is a problem. Okay, this is a problem. I was looking at the statistics yesterday because, you know, you've got to do some research when you're doing a video. And I was blown away by these statistics and I felt so terrible because I was thinking to myself, like, I've got a bag. But no, that is not the case, okay? So let me whip out my mail, which I wrote my notes on, okay? I looked at the statistics, okay? And it looks like on average, Americans use 100 billion plastic bags in a year. 100 billion. 100 billion bags. 100 billion bags in a year. That's a lot, okay? I'm gonna count how many I have real quick so that we can see how many I have, okay? 18, 19. I have like 19, okay? And I'm sure I have more underneath there. I have about 19 that I am currently holding, or I have here. And each one of these in the state of California go for 10 cents a piece. So 19, that's $1.90 that I spent on all of these. Breaking the bank. But yeah, so it says 100 billion plastic bags are used by Americans within a year's time frame. Now that means that the average family uses about 1,500 bags within a year's time frame. Those numbers were pretty staggering when I looked it up. And then, you know, when I kind of looked at the average time that a bag is used, it was said that the average bag is used for a total of, get this, 12 minutes. The other statistic that I saw was plastic bags' life expectancy is 1,000 years. Or just, it says plastic bags in general have a life expectancy of about 1,000 years. So when you put that into perspective, it's very strange. It's very, very, very strange because it's like, okay, you use a bag for an average of 12 minutes and they live on for 1,000 years. That's kind of ridiculous, right? Kind of ridiculous. And then when you think about that, 1,000 years and you have 1,500 bags that you use within a year, it's pretty staggering, you know, and people want to say like, oh, you know, like it's not a big deal. You know, like that's fine, whatever. Like we're using plastic bags, we need them anyway, whatever. I get it, you know, I think we've all been trained to a degree where plastic bags aren't that big of a deal. You know, we've used them since we were kids. Our family, our parents used them when they were kids as well, going to the grocery stores. But I think the point is that now is the time to like change your method of thinking. And I come from Texas, and in Texas, you know, it's not a thing. You know, you mention to people like, hey, you should bring your bags to the grocery store. And depending on what area you are, people are more keen to it. But especially in the suburbs where I grew up, it was not a thing. I mean, if I was to tell my parents like, hey, we should go with the bag, they'd probably be like, and my parents are Greek as well, so on top of that, they'd be like, τι μαλακίες μου λες, huh? Θα πάρουμε τώρα τις σακούλες και πάμε. And that's not good, you know, it's not good, and overall it is an issue. So this week is a little bit different. Like I said, you know, it's usually we're talking about like a specific product. Hey, purchase this product. Why waste a coconut? Why waste a palm leaf when you can make it into a plate, when you can make it into a bowl? This week is really focused on just changing your habits and going into your week and going to the grocery store with the right tools that you need. And the solution is coming to the grocery store with your own bag, okay? So this is going to be a less pitchy episode, a less like, hey, go buy a bunch of stuff from Eco Love Joy. Yes, I definitely think you should, but this is more of just a reconsider and do what you can kind of a thing. So personally, you already know I use an Eco Lovejoy bag. So I have one bag, but I also have a bunch of samples. So I'm going to show you the samples. They have a bag that looks like this. And then they also have a bag that looks like this. This one says I am organized, reusable, and plastic free. And the other one just says Eco Lovejoy. So it took me a long time to actually get to the point that I brought my own bag. I felt like every time I'd go to the grocery store, I would get there and I'd be like, oh snap, what? Like, didn't come with my bag, it's not in my car, because of course, you go from like, going to the grocery store, you come back, you bring the bag home, and then you leave the bag home, and if you've left already, you forget. So the way that I have kind of trained my brain now is I now keep my bag at the door, on the door, and it kind of helps me every time I like go to step out. I'm like, oh wait, am I going somewhere that I need a bag? Yes, bring it with you. So that's how I started implementing bringing my own bags with me. Personally, down to the pitch part, I do love these bags, and it's not even like I'm here and like I work with them, so like I have to tell you all about it. It's like, it's legitimate, like I can't picture myself with any others. I have another bag that I've used that is actually from the gift shop that I also own and work. And I like it. I think the design is cute, but as far as its versatility, it's not there. It's not there at all. So these bags are about, I don't know, 1.5 feet long and about 1.5 feet wide. So they're very big. And the perks to them is the inside has pockets. I don't know if you can see it. I hope you can. But the pockets are deep and they go all the way in. So you can, put your water bottle in there. You can put greens in there. What I like is when I especially go grocery shopping, I like to put the greens in one of the pockets. And then I'll also put like a jar of whatever it is that I get on another pocket so that they all don't like jumble up on top of each other. I think that that's one thing that a lot of people will argue is like, well, I'm going to throw everything in this bag and then like, my groceries are all going to get smashed up. So I'd rather get like 70 plastic bags where I can guarantee that like my greens are going to still look good when I come back home. And I get it. I totally get it. But with this particular bag, the pockets make a world of difference. But like I said, every step is something that is important. You don't have to have an Eco Lovejoy bag in order to go to the grocery store. You can grab your backpack if you have like a little like drawstring backpack. You can grab your purse. Kind of weird, but you can. You can grab any bag that you've maybe had when you went to the gym. Bring whatever it is you can, because I'm telling you, when I looked at these statistics, it really blew my mind that that's the case. Like, those are the actual numbers that they're talking about. That just like 1,500 are used by one family. And I mean, I'm looking around me and I literally have 19 bags around me. And I'm like, it's a few months into the year and I'm sure I've had bags that I've thrown away straight up. And like, that's not good, I like the fact that California has the law where every bag is 10 cents and you have to pay for it. But at the same time, sometimes that's not enough of a deterrent, So sometimes it's a matter of the statistics bringing you kind of a sense of like, okay, maybe I should rethink this. The other thing that I saw as well was they were saying that only 1% of the bags are recycled. It's a weird concept, and I feel like people don't get it sometimes, of just like the waste, like you think like, okay, I threw it in the trash and it's gone, great. Like, if you haven't seen a landfill, you should probably go see one. It's such a weird experience to see. I went once, like probably when I was like 18, and I like kind of snuck in to go see like, what does this look like? I had a project for school. And I didn't really sneak in. I just kind of like went to the gate and looked through the like gate holes. But I remember I was in Texas and it looked like the Grand Canyon was in Texas. And I was like, what? This much is inside of this freaking thing? What? So, and I'm not saying I'm good. I'm not the person who, I'm a zero waster, all that. I'd like to reach that point, no doubt about it. But I definitely am like starting to open my eyes to like, hey, like there are some changes that I can make that, whether they're huge or they're minute, they're a change. And that's what this week is about. Like, why waste those plastic bags when, you know, you can just bring one, simple as that. And, you know, if I can help you out by making it a little bit easier, you know, these Eco Lovejoy bags are amazing. They are available online. I'll link it all down below for you guys so that, you know, if you guys are interested, you can go ahead and snag one. But like I said, the premise of this episode today is less pitchy, and it's more of like, hey, reconsider your stuff. Like, why waste those plastic bags? Now, for the average American, I do think it's best to go in, average person, not even just American, average person, it is best to go to the grocery store with your own bag. And especially with everything that's going on right now in the world, like, you know, make it one less thing to worry about. You know, don't be contributing to everything that's, you know, don't do what you can, and why waste a plastic bag? So if you guys kind of like this little rant from today, you know, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. We'll be back next week with another Why Waste Wednesday. And if there's anything that you can think of that, you know, is wasted on a daily basis that could also not be wasted, definitely, like, tell me it down below in the comments and let's talk about it. But thanks again in the meantime. We'll see you guys next week on another Why Waste Wednesday.